Y'all, so we're back. This is the Duval County Gamer, and this is our spoiler section for Batman: The Long Halloween Part One. And excuse me, as you know, my last video I went ahead and made a basic review of the movie. You know, no spoilers in case you hadn't seen it yet. So you can check that out. But if you have watched the movie now and you want to go ahead and come in and discuss all the craziness that we saw, well, you can go. This is the video to watch because we're about to discuss spoilers. So, again, this is a spoiler review video for Batman: The Long Halloween Part 1. We're going to start talking spoilers right off the bat. So I just want to make it very, very clear. I am about to spoil the movie. I'm about to start talking about it. And so if you have not, if you want to see it and you don't want to know, stop watching right now. Stop watching so you can watch it because it's very, very well done. The mystery is very nice in this movie, so you should enjoy watching it as as a mystery without knowing what happens. And if you have seen it, you want to hang out, let's do it. Or if you don't care and you don't care about spoilers, then all right, let's go ahead and get into it. Essentially, Gotham City is getting terrorized by a serial killer. Pretty much, the holiday killer is going around killing members of the Falcone crime family during holidays. So like Halloween, Christmas, Valentine's Day, stuff like that. And essentially, it's Batman's is on the case with Harvey Dent and Jim Gordon, and let's see, they pretty much like I said, this is my favorite depiction of Harvey Dent. I think it really is. His story from his transition from Harvey to Two-Face is very well done in this. I think he's probably one of the more fascinating characters in this entire movie. So I very much enjoyed his story arc, and he's pretty much a young lawyer who's helping Batman and Jim Gordon try to take down the mafia, because they're the ones controlling Gotham City right now. Because this is Batman's early years, back when the mafia and the crime families were controlling Gotham, as opposed to later when more of the supervillains kind of started taking over the city. So at this point, it's the crime family, and he's working with Batman to take them down, and he's trying everything he can to take them down. But you see, because they really get into depth with these characters, and you kind of get to see Harvey's illness, where he kind of has that dual personality, and he's kind of has this streak, this bad streak in him, where he just has like these bad thoughts or crazy thoughts, and you'll kind of see that peppered throughout this movie. It's pretty cool, because he's a pretty stand-up guy, and he's quite charming too, but and he's fun to be around. He's a friend of Batman, but you could see like this crazy side of him that's kind of just lurking in the background in this movie, but gets a little more exposed in part 2, and it's pretty cool. And essentially, they're trying to figure out why this holiday killer is killing members of the crime family. They don't really know why. They go through a list of suspects, Carmine Falcone, himself, other suspects. It's really well done as they're investigating it, and he has like this story arc with his girlfriend, because like I said in my review, that I really like the depth of these characters because they we get to spend time with them. It's a very slow burn movie. It's very character focused. They really focus on like the characters' inner conflicts, you know. So it's really nice to see he because they see the stress of the job, Batman, Harvey Dent, Jim Gordon during fighting the crime, and you get to see how that affects their home life. And Harvey has a little like a sub story arc with his girlfriend Gilda, I think her name was Gilda. So I might be butchering it, but which I thought was pretty fascinating, and how that with his kind of his darker side kind of starting to come out, and how that affects the relationship with her, you know. And it's pretty cool, you know. We see that, and then pretty much the movie goes along, and I may be forgetting some things, guys. You know, just beat for beat, I may be forgetting exactly what happens, but I'll hit all the main things that happen. You know, so it's just it's a long it's an hour and a half movie, and you know, I can't necessarily, you know, it's if I miss something, I miss something, but pretty much I'll hit the big areas that I saw. And Batman chases Catwoman, all right, and the chemistry between Batman and Catwoman is good, is really, really good. It's actually one of the best. I really enjoyed it. You know, apparently they're like a couple, and they're also a couple that, and this is the spoiler section, all right. I said that in the beginning. This is all spoilers. Everything I'm talking now is spoilers, and they are not only a couple, all right, but they somehow they know who the alter ego is. So Catwoman knows that Batman is Bruce Wayne, and Batman knows excuse me, that Catwoman is Selena Kyle, you know, and all that. So that is I don't know if I've ever seen that before, and I'm not sure how to feel about that. It was a little strange. I didn't hate it, but it was just, you know, it was a little strange, but not really that bad. You know, the chemistry between them was really good though. So let's see. You get to see Barbara Gordon. You know, a little Easter egg of her when she's just a little kid. As you know, she becomes Batwoman or Batgirl. You know, and Jim Gordon's, you know, story arc where he too is having to deal with getting called while he's trying to spend time with his family on the holidays to go investigate like some sort of crime that happened. So it kind of affects his home life, and the kids don't like it, and the wife obviously is actually pretty cool in this movie, but also doesn't like it. You know, she's pretty understanding, so because it's a hard job. You know, he's out trying to fight the mob and arrest the mob. You know, it's pretty stressful. So I would imagine, you know, that is a pretty stressful job. So naturally it would affect the home life a little bit. But Jim Gordon's wife seems to be taking it a lot better than, say, like Harvey Dent's girlfriend, who is as you all know in this part. I won't spoil. Well, this is a spoiler section. What am I talking about? But I won't spoil like part 2 stuff too connected with these characters. But she you could tell she kind of has some issues, you know, and this is all from someone who did not read the comic book, because this I never knew the story, I never knew anything like that, but so I came into this completely blind, and yeah, so this is from someone who did not read it, but it's clear, you could tell that she has like issues, because she's really you know, she says she Harvey really wants to start a family, and her whole thing is, I guess she's not able to have kids anymore because of something that happened, and and she's isn't really taking it well. So whenever Harvey brings up like a kid, she kind of tears up a little bit. So it's kind of crazy, but clearly she has some sort of issues, and so that's kind of an interesting dynamic there. But so see, Carmine Falcone has really strong scenes. One of my favorite scenes is where he's just talking to his guys, and one of his guys is kind of being really loud, and he's like, because the holiday killer kills like I guess his cousin or something, and one of the guys is like, we need to hit back right away, because they think it's Harvey Dent at first. They think Harvey Dent is the one that's getting them killed, so their natural reaction is to want to make Harvey pay. And this one mobster is like, yeah, you gotta get him now. You gotta get him now. And Carmine Falcone's like, yeah, we're gonna get him, but just relax. I need you to relax a little bit. We're gonna take our time and we're gonna get him. But you just need to play it cool, right? You got to be level-headed. And then the mobster goes, you need to hit him now, or else you're gonna look weak and weaker than you already look. And then the room gets quiet, and that's what I love about this movie. The movie's very slow burn, it takes its time. It really gets to know the characters, and there's a lot of pauses, so like for dramatic effect, and for us to really digest what information has been given to us. It's very well done, very well paced. The pacing was very, very good, and it's quiet, and everyone's kind of has like that oh shit look, and Carmine Falcone's bodyguard just walks around the table, and the guy's really nervous. He picks him up, and he's like, oh man, come on. And then the bodyguard walks him out of the room, and then throws him like 10 stories over the railing, and he falls like 10 stories to his death. So it showed like Carmine Falcone is really, really kind of cool in this movie. I gotta be honest. I think it's my favorite depiction of him in any of the Batman movie. I'd have to really think about it, but at this point, I've just watched this, all right, like a few days ago, so I'm still kind of riding high from it. But I do think it's one of the best ones. If it's not the best, it's one of the best depictions of him I've seen. So, that was pretty cool. And then essentially Batman is trying to look for the killer. He has this really cool scene where he fights some, I think, ninjas, like a group of 3 ninjas. I'm not sure where they came from. I don't know the crime family of that. I think they said, but I just forgot what it was. And it's a cool scene where it shows them fighting Batman with like samurai weapons. And it was really well done, because you got to see like it showcased Batman's martial arts, but like on a technically sound level, like where he's using the proper blocks and the strikes and stuff to beat these guys. It's really, really well done. I really liked it. So the combat in this is pretty good. So really, really good. Essentially, they can't find who it is, and essentially the holidays go by. So Halloween is done. Then Thanksgiving, you kill somebody, and Christmas kills somebody. It's crazy, and they go talk to the Calendar Man, who did similar crimes before, and that's a great scene in itself, because it's where he's talking. They talk about how they think Harvey might be a suspect, and how just his philosophy. It's pretty cool. and that's where we see the Joker has escaped. So Batman has to go look for the Joker now, which I thought was really a little line in there where the guard says, "Oh, I had to let him out, or they were going to hurt my kid." I really like that was so clever because I feel like that's like a real situation where someone could. That's probably how they bribe these prison guards. Like they say they got someone on the outside that's going to hurt a family member or something, and you got to have some pull in order to do that. But Joker has some pull, and so the guard believes him and he lets him out, and Batman has to chase him. There's a cool scene where he tries to kill Harvey, but Harvey kind of fights him off, and because Joker's thinking in his mind that Harvey might be the holiday killer. I really like how they kind of go through each character and they're thinking, oh, could he be the holiday killer? Who Harvey or Joker? Because they think Joker might be it. And it's pretty cool how they go from like the good guys and the bad guys all are like suspects of who could be the holiday killer. It's pretty awesome, and pretty much it concludes with Batman just pretty after following some clues and stopping the Joker, who tried to gas everyone on New Year's Day because he was trying to kill the holiday killer because he doesn't want any competition. He wants to be the top crazy guy. And Batman stops him and goes back to a yacht party where Carmine Falcone is at. That's the scene where the holiday killer actually kills Carmine Falcone's son, Alberto Falcone, and I can't believe I haven't mentioned him yet. He was really well done in this movie. He had an interesting dynamic with his father, and he gets killed. The blades chop him up, and Batman chases the holiday killer. Holiday killer gets away, and that's it. Pretty much, they're stuck wondering who the hell the holiday killer is, and it's January, so it's been several months and they haven't been able to catch him. So we will see what happens in part 2. I'll do a review for part 2 in a little bit, but this is the end of part 1. It clocked in at about an hour and a half, hour 25 minutes. So it's a relatively it's a movie, so it's long. I don't watch a lot of that's funny I say that, but don't generally watch a lot as much as I used to, so an hour and 25 is long to me, essentially, but it's decent. It's not that long though. You can watch it in a evening or so. But it's worth a watch if you haven't seen it. It's pretty good. So that's gonna do it. Rambled on quite enough, so I will catch you guys on the next one, and peace.